Hello, guys. A very good afternoon. We are here with another very interesting session of the Unfiltered chat. After a session discussing on artificial intelligence, which all left us thinking, today we are going to have another very innovative discussion. And the center of attraction of today's discussion is children. So the time when a child is growing, education is a vital. And thanks to today's technology, we can provide interactive learning opportunities through our phones and laptops. Even though there are multiple educational and learning apps for children, many parents find their kids to be struggling with answering a very simple math problem. On the other hand, research shows that screen time can decrease a child's score on language and cognitive tests. Considering this, we have Mr. Sourav Gupta, the co-founder of GunjanApps Studios, who took gaming screen time very seriously for the sake of children's well-being. The apps designed by him offer edutainment, which have paved the way for the company's way to the Shark Tank India. So without any delay, let's start the session and welcome Mr. Sourav Gupta.
Hi, thanks for
Hi,
this
Mr.
session.
Gupta. Very good afternoon. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you, Shashi?
I'm good. I'm good, and I'm happy with the Kolkata's weather finally changing to something mild and breezy.
Right. It was really hot yesterday, but
It
today it looks
was.
good.
It was unbearably hot. Okay, so yeah, I was just talking about Gunjan App Studios, and first of all, I want to congratulate you on winning million of hearts on worldwide with early learning gaming apps. How it makes you feel.
Well, it feels awesome. We saw a dream a few years back, and now when you live that dream, it feels really great. And not just living our dreams, we are also helping fulfill others' dreams also. So it's very fulfilling.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, building your brand and making it popular across 180 countries, not start in a easy task. So, how do you make it happen? What is your vision building and market such a wide scale?
So, since day one, our focus was on the best quality we can produce, also making global products which can add value to millions of life across the globe. So, when we started, we were a very small team. So, our focus was to optimize as much as possible on the resources we had at that time. Also, we had to find really creative solutions and out of the box ideas that leave big companies scratching their heads, right? So I'm not going to lie to you, but when we started, we just wanted to create something meaningful, uh, great digital content for little learners. Soon, when positive reviews started coming in, we realized that yes, we can really change this world with the ideas we have, and we can like touch millions of lives by democratizing early learning. Shrashi, I'm not able to hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, it's audible now.
Hello?
Yeah, it's audible now.
Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah, I was unable to hear you. Okay. I found your answer very inspiring. That is what I was trying to say. Can you hear
Okay.
me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So, what inspired you to find Gunjan App Studios, like to make it as a company? And please tell us that what is the incident that inspired definitely and led you build the Gunjan App Studios as well.
Right. So I'll have to go a few years back to maybe tell you what how it all started. So back in 2015 when our son was a year old and he was kind of
Yeah.
watching television and seeing YouTube videos, and he was very much fond of seeing these animated videos and um, the colorful things in front of him. And so while he was doing that, I and my wife Gunjan, we both figured out that the children are consuming this content, but how do we add value to that content? So that kind of gave us some insight that we should be working on doing something, because we saw that the future is going to be digital, and there were very less digital contents available at that point of time. So we started doing something on our own, and then we thought that uh, we also saw few pain points of other parents, and we thought that someone should work on these points and come up with a solution. So yes, we started at that point of time. It took us time to pivot our first product, and then gradually we understood child psychology, and it was very easy for us because we were ourselves were parents. So from there it all started.
Wow. That really has added a lot of value to a lot of parents, definitely. Okay, so you were previously in USA working over there. So your journey from USA to Kolkata, like how, I mean, these sounds very interesting. And well, like, what is the impact of your relocation on your entrepreneurial journey, especially, and how did the company develop, after your relocation and
Right. So it was a tough decision, to be honest. When we were in the US, it was all it was like a dream uh, job, and before that also, like, you when you go to US, you kind of cross a lot of hurdles to go there. It's not easy reaching out there as well. So uh, almost 5 to 6 years we were there in the US, and staying there, my wife Gunjan, she realized that it is not what she wanted in her life going forward, and she saw some disconnect with other kids with their parents also. So she kind of thought that yes, this is a point where if we do not take this decision, it's going to be late. Also, we also thought that going forward, we really wanted to do something of our own, and building for the world from India would be a really proud moment for us if we can achieve that. So that kind of inspired us to come back. And initial period was difficult because after staying so long in the US, when you come back, there are a lot of things you have to kind of adjust to. But later on, because you are born here, you know the people, you know the culture, so it's not that it was a new thing for us. But yes, for the initial time it was a little difficult, but later on it kind of got okay. uh, Coming to Kolkata was again a challenging decision because anyone who's building a tech product mostly goes to a Bangalore or somewhere else in
yes,
India.
yes,
But building something from Kolkata was again a collective decision, because we thought that the kind of technology we're working on is not bound to boundaries, right? If we can build it
absolutely.
from maybe a Bangalore, Delhi, it's equally viable in Kolkata as well. So we thought that let's start from here. Also, I was born here. I like, this is very close to heart, right? So, and my parents were there. So when you start your entrepreneurial journey, you also need support. So taking care
Right.
of your kid when you and your wife are out working every day, they have helped us a lot. My brother, uh, neighbors, everyone is a part of our journey. Okay, so that
Wow.
helped us a lot, and yeah.
That's so nice, actually. On the 76th year of our independence, we should actually. I mean, it's so nice and inspiring to have to listen to such motivational thoughts. Actually, it's really nice. Coming back to your roots can never be a drawback. It always can be a boost to your journey, to your life, and everything else. I'm
Right.
very happy that your wife pushed you to take the step. So, participating in Shark Tank, I mean, Tank, it's definitely very, you know, especially like how it's Gunjan Apps Studios.
Again, I would give that credit to Gunjan as well, because she was the one who planned for it, and then Gesu from my team who executed this plan. So there are two women who took this up. I was just the face behind the effort they have put to convert this into a reality. It was not easy, to be honest, because we had to plan out a lot of things. How do we fill the form? How do we like prepare the pitch? So a lot of things, a lot of homework we have done, and it's not a one man effort, it's a very collective effort of the entire team. Also, it's not easy to get shortlisted out of those 2 lakh applications which were there for Sony TV, and they kind of just uh, like 100 people were featured on television. So it's really difficult to crack
Wow.
that. Uh, After the Shark Tank, what happened is we uh, instantly got a lot of eyeballs. Right, we don't have to introduce ourselves when we are uh, talking to someone, and so that kind of got changed. Now we do not have to explain what we do. People know what we are doing. Earlier it was very difficult to introduce us, tell people, and then convince them that yes, this is what we're doing. So yeah, other than that, everything is still same. It's the same hustle every day. It's the same challenges, same everything.
Very nice. It's very nice, actually. It's like very interesting. I would like to, like there are some people on live watching us, and there we have a comment from Miss Aditi Malo. So she's asking that what was the initial challenges you have faced when establishing Gunjan App Studios? Because didn't realize that things can be held just have the female definitely. So to
Yeah. So to answer that, to be honest, there were no challenges at all, because it was the demand of an hour when we started. uh, Even if you see a 2 year old or a 3 year old now, or a 1 year old, in fact, they would start playing with maybe a TV remote, and they would like role play like they're calling someone. Right? So
oh, yes,
technology, right? So
absolutely.
technology is like a part of our life. We cannot like just cut out it from our life, and also it's a part of life for kids as well. So
Right.
uh, like you're surrounded with technology, and there is no harm in harnessing it in your everyday life. uh, I understand that extra of anything is not good, but that does not mean you should stop using it in your life. Also, the kind of apps and solutions we are creating are not just uh, the old way of teaching kids. So we what we are doing is we are trying to digitize most of the physical toys, most of the physical stuff. For example, a worksheet which a kid would do holding a pen, we are converting it into digital forms. So you don't have to hold a pencil, you can do it with your hand. For a 2 year old, it is more convenient to do such an activity rather than holding a pen. Right? We we
Right.
we have created a yoga app for kids, and we have also got an award from Ministry of Ayush for that.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's not just the old fashioned ABCD or 1 2 3 kind of a game. So we have innovated in a lot of other ways as well. Few of our games are like number one in certain countries. So right, so it's like solving uh, a problem which most of the people would not understand because they are very used to it.
Absolutely. Hmm.
Right. So, right.
So you want to focus, I mean, it's actually helping the kids focus on the, learning rather than, focusing on other things.
Right. Right.
Okay. So now coming to the name of the Gunjan app. So finding a company with your wife, it's very unique. It's very nice actually. I'm totally completely support with this. So how did the dynamic between you two play in the early stages of the business? We would love to hear the story.
Right. So to be honest, we never thought about what should be the name. It came out randomly, and we decided that yes, let's create this as our name. It worked for us,
Okay.
so we never changed it. Um, and when you know someone that close as a spouse, it becomes very easy to understand the strength and weaknesses of each other, right? So at the beginning, when you need someone whom you can trust, there is no better
Mhm.
person than your spouse, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So that has helped us really to understand and deciding who would do what. And
Hmm.
also at the beginning, everything, so at the beginning you do everything together. You overstep
Right.
each other, you fight, but whatever you are doing for uh, doing good for the business, right? So you,
Right.
you start understanding more to each other, so that has bring us much more closer, I would say.
Right.
Also,
That's
later on, once the team grows, once you know that okay, there are other people who are taking up responsibilities, you start making your lines that okay, I'm not going to interfere in this, I'm not going to
hmm.
look into this, and then right, you grow as a person as well.
Right. That's totally true. Actually, you have your focus on the bigger picture. So we have another viewer with us, Shorja Noshkor. She Indian app studios has come a long way since go when you started over the years.
Right. So as I've said earlier, also the since day one we wanted to democratize early education. That was our goal on day one, and it's still the same. Yes, over the year we have evolved. Our goals have so now we have bigger goals. Earlier we were just thinking of making certain type of games. Now we are also thinking of creating much larger than life games where you would have uh, an entire world into a reality. So the the goals are bigger, but the base is still same, that we want to reach millions and billions of kids in each and every corner of the world.
Right. So it's just the vision has gone, beyond and beyond.
Right.
So, again, reaching a worldwide audience is a significant goal. And what are your strategies you have employed to expand your reach beyond the local market?
Right. So when I was in the US during my stay, I've understood that there is no substitute of, or there is, uh, I understood the power of quality, right? So even if you have limited set of features, but if you excel in quality, what you have, there are really higher chances of you succeeding. So since day one, our focus was on quality and making global products. There is no second thought on it. While designing our
Mhm.
games, also we keep in mind that it should appeal to a global audience and not just India. And that is how we also design our products.
So it was like, it was from the very beginning actually
Right.
to go beyond the local market. That's nice. We have another question from another viewer, Shaumadip Mondal. So Shaumadip is asking that with the proliferation of digital devices, concerns about screen time has also arisen. So how do you ensure that apps developed by Gunjan App Studios provide a healthy and balanced screen time experience for young users?
Yeah, so as I said earlier, it is like an individual's responsibility also to measure screen time. We
Yes.
our job is to make screen time to the best of quality, and that also brings value when someone is watching some content. Also, if we take the data from from our apps, we have a clear data which says that most of our games in a single session, kid would play for 16 minutes. So 16 minutes in a single session is not too much of a screen time, right? And
No.
again, if a child loves eating cookies, you would not give them the full box, right? You would control, as a parent, you would exactly know that how much you should give
Mhm.
and how much you can control to keep your child happy. So that is, again,
Right.
it's a pro and con, but you have to control
Mhm.
that.
Right, right. Totally. We totally agree with that, actually. Everything requires a control and everything requires some kind of supervision, especially if we are talking about kids. So, we have a question from Afzal Azam. Afzal is asking that he has a son who is 1.5 years old now. And as for kids of this generation, he too is spending a lot of time on mobile screens. And to be honest, Afzal is trying to keep him away from the mobile. So he is asking you that what do you think would be an ideal way to deal with this situation? Because they really cannot keep them away from technology at the same time to ensure much time.
So Afzal, this is what I do, because I also do not want my kid to spend too much time on screen. So what I do is I have reduced my screen time as well. I go
Mm-hmm.
ahead,
Okay.
read some books. I ask
Mm-hmm.
my son to read book along with me. I spend time
Okay.
with him. So you
Mm-hmm.
cannot eliminate technology, but you can always restrict technology, and you can balance out technology with what are what the other primitive ways of keeping you busy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you can go
Okay.
out. You so every parent loves spending time with their children. So you,
Hmm.
rather than doing it on a phone, you can always go ahead, go out for a walk, watch some movie with them. So right, so there are different ways.
Okay. That's a very nice answer, Afzal. So you basically have to do what you want them to do. You have to reduce your screen time in order to make them reduce their screen time. So we have another user. Uh, the question he is or she has asked is, you have developed a diverse range. Okay, her name is Sudeshna Das. Okay, sorry. So Sudeshna is asking that you have developed a diverse range of apps. How do you concepts for your apps to have a positive impact on the young generation?
Yeah, quite simple. So what we do when we go to our drawing board, and when we try to decide that what should be our next feature or our next app we should be working on, we just see two things. Number one is there a gap in the market? If there is a real need for a product which we should be developing, and number two, if we can digitize some physical stuff, like a worksheet we
Okay.
did, like a maths we did, like yoga we did, right? So we really
Mm-hmm.
find these two answers. If we have these two answers, we know that we have a proper plan for our new product.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Uh, another question we are having. Okay, I cannot see the comment again. I'll ask a question from my end. That is, GunjanApps Studios has released over 56 apps on the Play Store, if I'm not wrong. How do you maintain quality and innovation across such a large portfolio of applications?
Well, yeah, it's difficult, but if I have to summarize it, we do stuff what is right and not what is easy. Right? So
Mm-hmm.
we, as I've already said earlier, we do maintain quality from day one, and whoever joins the team, it gets into their DNA in a few days that we, uh, the top respect is for the quality here, and later on we do not have to sweat too much for it because it's already there in the DNA of the company, right? But in fact, there are times when a new joinee tell us that they are not convinced about an idea because they feel that it's not a high quality thing. So we again go
Okay,
back to our
okay,
drawing
okay.
board and see how we can make it right.
Wow. Okay, that's nice actually. Employees should be aligned with the company policies and visions and what we are looking at. So, what is the future aspirations you have for GunjanApps Studios? Like, are there any upcoming projects you want to, mention or give us a glimpse or something? Any idea?
Yeah, I've talked about it before also. So the baseline is to democratize early learning and to reach to the remotest part of the world. We are still committed to it. Uh, yes, we are working on a few big projects. I cannot disclose them all, but yes, they are pretty exciting. Everyone will come to know about it as well. Uh, Adding to that, recently we have also launched or released a new sub brand with the name Elephant, and we wish that it will
Okay.
go to different geographies and kids will love it as well. Um, it has a mix of digital content, web series, and games related to it. So it's going to be interesting because this is something we are doing for the first time.
Okay. I would like to know, like, leadership is a very famous venture.
Shashi, I'm not able to hear you. Hello.
Hello,
Yeah,
can you hear
it's
me this
clear.
time?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
So I was telling that leadership is a very important. It plays a very pivotal role in the success of any venture. So can you please share some insights? What is your leadership style? What are the principles you abide by, which has obviously contributed to the growth of the Gunjan App Studios?
Right. So we believe in a very open culture. Um, Anyone, anytime can come uh, talk to me or talk to anyone in the office. And
Okay.
if there is any idea someone wants to discuss, if someone is not feeling good about anything, if there is an issue going on, people come, talk to each other,
Mm-hmm.
resolve it. Also, I believe that leading from the front is what uh, gives the confidence to the team as well, and
Right.
that that is flowing from top to bottom in our office as well. So, any team
Wow.
lead doing something, the subordinates know. They reach out to them. They talk about their problems. So it's a very open culture, and we don't follow a very strict hierarchy, and anyone can talk to anyone at any given point of time.
Wow. That must be very inspiring and motivating for your employees. So we actually, Mr. Gupta, we talk about entrepreneurship on our show a lot. So we want you to share some insight and some advice, something you want to share to the aspiring entrepreneurs who are also looking to start their own ventures or just have started their own venture, and especially in the field of technology and apps, which you are dealing into.
Right. So for starters or who have already started, first of all, congratulations to them. And uh, there is one thing which I have learned during my entrepreneurial journey is you should always dream big, but start small. It, in
Right.
your first attempt, the biggest mistake most of the people does is they want to build the best of the product in their first attempt, and it's
Mm-hmm.
not possible at all. So
Absolutely.
what I would say is have bigger dreams, but start small, have smaller goals, have smaller
Mm-hmm.
milestones, have a 2 year, 3 year plan ready in front of you. Keep a check on your milestones, see how you're progressing, and then take a calculative decisions.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're solving a problem, your product should not be the best version of it in your first attempt. If it's a good enough product, go ahead with it. Take feedback from people. Try to understand how your users are feeling after your product, using your product, and then pivot according to it. Uh, so once you have your winning formula, once you have understood that yes, this is what is clicking with the users, you can then convert it into your best product, because most of the time what you think is best may not be the best. So you have
Right.
to understand your user journey. You have to keep aside all your ego, and then you have to think from your user's perspective and then build your product.
Wow, that's really insightful. I mean, or overnight. Like your success doesn't come that way; it's a journey. So that comes to an end to the questions I have. Thanks to all the viewers who have actually also commented and asked for they asked their questions. The parenting tips you have shared, and the leadership tips you have shared, and the entrepreneurship tips you have shared. And thank you so much once again, Mr. Gupta. And you have also shown that how parenthood and entrepreneurship can go hand in hand. That's also very nice. We are extremely grateful, Mr. Gupta, that you could take out your time from your busy schedule and also, have a chat with us and also share the tips on how healthy screen time can be for kids and how gaming industry is also being formulated with tech startups. We wish you all the very best with Gunjan App Studios, and we wish you a lot of success in the coming days.
Thank you, Shrashi. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Same over here, Mr. Gupta. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
So that was Mr. Sourav Gupta. It was so enriching speaking to him. Sorry for if there was a little bit of miscommunication and some voice issues happening in between. And beyond everything, thank you all for joining us in this innovative Unfiltered chat session. Together, we have explored how visionary leaders like Mr. Gupta is changing the online gaming landscape. So let's keep the conversation alive, guys, and continue driving innovation in our respective industries. Stay inspired, stay, and let's get the back on the work. Join us on the next episode, and till follow us on social media platforms